Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first ever Round 11 prediction show. We were meaning to do one of these last week, 2 weeks ago, I guess it was, but Super Week and all that happened, so we kind of merged it in with our last podcast, with our second podcast. I'm all over the damn place today. I'm Cruising Spaz today, joined alongside TS Chance, The Real Toxic, and Zarin Cod. How are you fine gentlemen doing today?
Doing good. Excited for this tournament coming up.
Somehow you guys both always at the exact same time talk about how you guys are doing. Zarin, how are you doing, you wonderful specimen?
I'm doing good. I always wait for them to say it because they always start and, like you said, at the exact same time.
Literally does not fail. They always say it at the same time. It's just a thing on the podcast at this point. But anyways, just for everybody who is at home and joining us right now, so basically what we're going to be doing in this podcast is we're going to go over the 4 main matchups coming in the major this week. And then after those 4 matchups, after we talk about how we think those are going to finish off, we're going to go through each of our own individual brackets. Unfortunately, I cannot see everybody's brackets. So these guys are just going to be talking about their brackets. I will actually show my bracket. And then from that point on, we will just continue to discuss and eventually come to saying who we think our winner is in that final best of 9. And yeah, so I mean, we can pretty much just get it started off right now. If we take a little look over at the bracket, our first 2 matches, it's not those 2. It's actually Seattle Surge and the Florida Mutineers. And then Toronto Ultra versus the London Royal Ravens. You guys can see my predictions there. But boys, I'm going to start this one off. James, you're going to take it away. Give me your Seattle Surge Florida Mutineer match. Who do you think got this?
So, yeah, this could either go either way. And honestly, the way I have it go into the Mutineers 3-2. And that's solely because of Awakening. He did so well at the end of the last Super Week that I think if he plays as he did against, I believe it was Optic, I think they have a really good chance of taking that over Seattle.
Zach, that would be you.
Sorry. I have Mutineers taking this 3-1. Kind of the same reason. Awakening played out of his mind last week, and I think he's going to continue that. Honestly, I can just see Skies just getting better as the year goes on. So I think Mutineers taking this one 3-1.
Zarin.
I got a game 5 again, but going Seattle's way. We're going to get Pokimane Gunless. I think he's going to come out hot. I think he's going to carry the Seattle team, and I also think Looney has a very good weekend.
Now, I think this match could go either way. So far in either way, in fact, that to decide this match, it's a little flip of the coin. And it landed on heads, so we went with the Seattle Surge 3-2. Heading on into our next matchup, it's going to be Toronto Ultra versus the London Royal Ravens. Zach, you Toronto Ultra stan, you go ahead, you take this one away.
I have Toronto taking this 3-0. I think they're going to play a lot better than they did last week. And against a very weak Royal Ravens team, I think they're just going to gain momentum. That's going to help them in this major week. So I have them taking 3-0.
We keep going to the right, so Zarin.
All reverse to me. I got Toronto Ultra with a game 5 win. London always makes it close with every team they play. So does team. They have yet to win. I think that streak continues. Toronto's going to have a big bounce back weekend, and I haven't gone deep into this one, but first off, they're going to beat London in 5.
I got Toronto Ultra 3-1. I think these guys are finally going to start clutching up and closing out some matches this weekend. I also have them going decently deep into this bracket.
Yeah, I have Toronto taking it 3-1 over Ravens. Just kind of like what you said. They're really good at kind of getting a lead, but they're really, really struggling with clutching. But, I mean, if you're going to beat a team in the first round of the tournament, it's going to be Ravens. They're struggling so bad that it would be embarrassing if you don't win. So, yeah, I have them 3-1.
Absolutely. And now throwing it back over towards our little bracket here. As you guys can see, we've got Optic Chicago going up against the Subliners in round 1, and then the LA Thieves going up against the LA Gorillas. A little battle of LA, winners round 1. I don't know how the Gorillas snuck their way into winners bracket, but they somehow did, which means they're guaranteed like top 6, which is kind of wild. But to continue our way on here, I'm going to start this one off. I got Optic Gaming 3-1 over the New York Subliners. I think Optic is going to come out. I think Subliners are still going to look good. I just think Optic is too well of an oiled machine in every game mode right now to lose to the Subliners.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Do you want to go, Zarin?
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, I have Optic taking this one 3-1 as well. I think subliners can sneak out one map, but kind of back to the points Jesse made about them being well-oiled machine. They're really good at this game, all of them, and I think they're gonna just dominate this series. So Optic 3-1.
I got Optic 3-2. New York's a very good team. They just need to take that extra step. I don't think it's going to happen in that matchup. But they could very possibly beat Optic. We've seen Optic struggle at some points in the season so far. Very rarely does it happen, but it can. I could definitely see this one going either way as well. However, I have Optic winning the winners round 1 matchup.
James.
Yeah, I have Optic taking it 3-2. I think New York's looked really good last week, a lot better than they did week 1. So I think, especially having the guidance of Clayster, I think they're gonna put up a fight. But yeah, I think Optic plays too well together, and they have a lot. And like Scump and Formal, once they get in their groove together, they're pretty much unstoppable. So yeah, I think Optic takes it 3-2.
All right, and James, I'm just going to round this back right out to you. So you go ahead and take this one off from the start, and then guys, let's just go to our right one. It's gonna be, the LA Thieves going up against the LA Gorillas. So James, go ahead and take this one away.
Like you said, I don't know how Gorillas snuck in there. I think they did it with the Optic victory, is what placed them there. But I think Thieves are going to take it 3-1. I think Gorillas have a decent chance of taking one map, maybe two, if Thieves don't bounce back after their match against Dallas and getting 3-0'd. But I think this is pretty much set that LA Thieves are going to take it.
Yeah, I have the Thieves taking the series as well. I haven't picked 3-0. The Thieves are a really good team. I think Slasher's gonna just lead this team to a deep playoff run here. Yeah, and again, I don't know how the Gorillas got here, but yeah, Thieves 3-0.
As much as I hate to say it, the Thieves are gonna absolutely mop the floor with the Gorillas. I think the only shot the Gorillas have is stealing a respawn, because they're not a bad search and destroy team. But I just think with the way LA looked last week, with the exception of the Dallas matchup,
TJ, dude.
TJ and their search is probably the best in the game right now, probably next to Minnesota. So I mean,
Atlanta.
I don't see how this is close at all. I think Thieves take this quite easily.
Yeah, ditto. Thieves 3-0. That's all I gotta say. I think Thieves are gonna mop the floor with them. All right, guys. Well, that's gonna do it basically for our just regular predictions. So now moving on, we can kind of get in talking about our brackets a little bit here. Who we think's gonna make it through winners round 2. So off of your original predictions, let's go through these. So I mean, I guess we all picked the same way in terms of our winners round 1 matchup. So we can kind of go through and talk about our winners round 2 matchups as well. So that's gonna be Empire and Chicago going up against the FaZe versus Thieves match as well. So we can talk about those 2 matches if we want to go ahead. I'll lead this one off again with Chicago. I've actually got Chicago taking the match over Dallas 3-1. I do think Dallas is a really good team. I think Chicago, once again, is just a little bit better. And the reason I have it 3-1 is because I feel like if it goes to Game 5, it's actually going to be Dallas that takes it.
Yeah, I have Optic taking it 3-2, actually. Kind of same reason. I think if Optic can push it to a Game 5, because I think Dallas is going to be coming off that hot 3-0 over Thieves, and I think they're going to be really amped up. I think like I said when it came to New York, if Formal and Scump can find their groove together, and because the past 2 weeks, one of them has been playing off, and I think if they both play to their full potential, that they're going to take it. But I think Dallas is going to put up a fight and take it 5 maps.
Yeah, I have the Empire taking this 3-2 over Chicago. They came off hot against a top 4 team in the Thieves. I only think Hook is going to keep dominating. Shotzi's going to continue to be quiet to Hook. Not quiet, but under Hook's performances. And honestly, I just think Dallas is looking good now. So Dallas 3-2.
This one I have Optic actually winning 3-2. I think Dallas is going to drop to the loser bracket early. I just don't think, they're not going to have that extra day of matches to kind of learn from and build off of. Like, Optic is going to be coming off a win. I think confidence is going to be at an all-time high. I don't see how Dallas, with really no experience in the tournament, from the day before, I think it's going to hurt them. I think they lose this one. I have it 3-2 for Optic, but I could definitely see a 3-1 or even a 3-0.
Yeah, I was gonna say the one thing I think I will say as well. I know I do have Optic going 3-1 over Subliners in the first round, but if that game ends up going Game 5, you guys know, everybody here knows how if Optic gets hot at the start of a tournament, they are a scary team to watch through the rest of that tournament. That's going to be a really tough first round matchup that they could probably build a lot of momentum off of, and I think that's a good reason why I built onto them beating beating the Empire as well. Moving on, we have Atlanta FaZe going up against the LA Thieves. You know what, Zarin? Why don't you start off with this one again?
Okay, I got this one, Atlanta 3-1. I think Atlanta is by far the best team in this game. Thieves will have a shot for sure. This could be a 3-2. They could even beat them. I just don't see them doing it. However, Atlanta's just way too good right now. LA Thieves will take a surge, but that's it.
And yeah, so I got the Thieves. Sorry, I have FaZe 3-1. Again, I think, like you said, I think FaZe is probably the top team in the game right now. I think they'll lose a respawn maybe to Thieves, but besides that, I think FaZe's search still looks better than Thieves' search in my opinion.
Yeah, I have FaZe taking it 3-2, and I might be a little overly optimistic, but I think they can push it to 5 maps if TJ and Temp really play to their full potential. But I think even that, the Tiny Terrors are just too cracked out and fast for them. So I think they're just going to kind of, if it goes to a map 5, it's definitely going FaZe's way. So them 3-2.
Yeah, I took FaZe 3-1 over Thieves. FaZe is so good at this game, man. It's crazy the things they can do. Like Abizi and Simp, still probably, in my opinion, the best sub duo in the league. Thieves could maybe squeeze one game out of it, but I don't see Atlanta losing the series.
All right, well, that's going to do it for our winners round 2. And now I guess everybody's brackets are kind of going to get a little bit mixed up here. So, I mean, anybody want to take it away first?
Yeah. It's for, are we talking loser side now?
No, just go all the way through. Give me the rest of your winners bracket and then give me your losers bracket.
All right, so the rest of my winners, in the winners finals now, I have obviously Dallas taking on FaZe. I actually have Dallas taking that 3-1. And I think they're going to ride that high off the Optic win and go and beat FaZe. I feel like FaZe will drop down in the winners finals, sending them to the losers.
So you got Dallas going to the grand finals.
I have Dallas going to the grand finals.
And then just really quickly, just tell us who you got coming through the losers bracket.
Coming through the losers. In losers finals, I have FaZe taking on Optic Chicago. Now, I see that game going 3-2 for FaZe, solely just because of their search and destroy. In the grand final, I got Empire and FaZe, and I have FaZe coming through with it all, winning 5-3, beating Dallas, getting that revenge from winners final.
All right, well, James, you can go ahead since you were wanting to go there as well. So hit me with it. Who you got?
All right, so winners final, I have Optic and FaZe. And I actually, kind of what we said on earlier, if Optic gets hot, they're really hard to stop. And so I think if they win their series over Dallas, they're going to take it 3-2 over FaZe, because I mean, we all know FaZe isn't going to go down quietly. So Optic's going to go to the finals. And then as far as the losers finals, I have FaZe and Dallas. And I think if Dallas drops to the losers finals, they're going to be too flustered, which is weird to say with a team that's got like Krim and Hook on it. I think FaZe is going to battle back and take it 5 maps, take that 3-2. And then I think it'll go the distance. It'll be 5-4 final victory for Optic over FaZe. Because once again, if Optic's hot, they're hard to stop. And I think Envoy will really pick it up at that point.
Yeah. Zarin, do you want me to go first or you want to take it?
Go ahead. I'll end off with a bang here.
All right. Well, so here, I'll throw up the bracket as well here just so everybody can kind of see. I'm actually going to just kind of start up. So winners finals. I do have Chicago taking it over FaZe 3-1 in the winners finals. Again, reason behind that is I think FaZe is a much stronger S&D team than Optic is. I think FaZe will win the S&D. I think Optic's going to clutch up in the hard points this time, though, and close that out. It really could have been what we've seen in the last time they played as well. That's why I'm going with that one. And then as you guys can see from the rest of my bracket here, I actually do have Toronto making a decently deep run into round 4 of the elimination bracket, but losing to Dallas. I have Subliners losing to Thieves in elimination round 4. Then as we head to elimination round 5, Dallas taking it 3-1 over the Thieves. Heading to the elimination finals, I've got the I've got Atlanta FaZe actually 3-2 over the Dallas, and then so that's going to leave us with our major, like our grand finals, and that's going to be with Optic and FaZe as my grand finals. Now, this was a tough one because Optic does get a game in hand coming into the finals in a best of 9, technically. I broke down the whole series and how I think it's going to go. And at the end of it all, I do think Chicago is going to take this one 5-3. I don't think that we're going to end up seeing the game 9. But if we do end up seeing the game 9, I think I think that FaZe takes it 5-4. But my overall prediction is going to be Chicago 5-3 in the finals.
All right. Well, obviously I have Optic winning in winners round 2 to move on to play FaZe in winners finals. I have FaZe taking that one 3-2. I think, likewise to what Jesse said, I think FaZe takes both searches, including the game 5. That'll move them into the final. On the bottom side of the bracket, I actually have Paris kicking things off with a win against Seattle in losers round 2. I believe this is the first time since they have been a franchise that I picked them to win a series, and I think they're going to move on to round 3, but then they'll be facing the New York Subliners. Not going to be really close. I have them taking a map off of them, but New York's going to roll right on through to losers round 4. I think they end up losing to the Thieves 3-1. Definitely could be a flip-flop between that series. I think it could go either way. I just think Thieves have the upper hand right now. On the bottom side of the lower bracket, I have Toronto, of course, with that round 1 win. I then have them beating Minnesota Rocker. Similar to what I was saying about Dallas, Minnesota is not going to have a game on the Wednesday, so they're going to be nice and icy cold for Toronto to come in off a big win, and I have them winning in 5. I actually have Toronto winning the final search.
That's what I had.
Clutching up finally. Yeah, seed duo. It's whatever. And then Toronto with maybe the easiest matchup in the whole tournament against the Gorillas. I don't hate the Gorillas. I want to get that across. I just don't think they're a very good team. I have them taking a map off Toronto, maybe the map 2 search or even map 3 control.
I also have that 3-1.
Yeah. So Toronto's going to roll right in. They'll end up playing Dallas in losers round 4 for top 4. I think Dallas takes a series 3-1. Toronto, again, definitely has a shot. If they're riding this momentum here, I think they can take the series. I really do believe that. So they definitely have a shot. I have them taking one map similar to what they did against Atlanta and Chicago. But Dallas will eventually move on to play the Thieves. I think that's going to be a relatively easy victory for them again. They clearly have something figured out against LA. They'll win 3-1. They'll move on to play Optic. I think they handle Optic like without much of an issue. I know we talked about Optic getting hot, but I think after a crushing Game 5 loss to FaZe in the upper side of the bracket, I don't see how they bounce back. Dallas moves on to win 3-1. In the finals, I have Dallas with a 5-4 win. I originally had this 5-3, but I changed it. I think every map is going to be neck and neck. I just think Dallas, they're going to bring out that COD Champs type of gameplay. I think they're going to out-battle FaZe. I think the experience is going to outdo FaZe as well. So I have Dallas winning the whole damn thing after a loser's bracket run.
I will say, my bottom half of my bracket, and I think your bottom half of your bracket are exactly the same, minus our elimination final, because you've got FaZe falling and you have Optic falling and I have FaZe falling to losers. So just crazy that we and you actually predicted almost the exact same bracket in terms of lower bracket.
Yeah.
Wild stuff. You don't see that too often.
I have faith in these Ultra Boys this weekend. I think a 5th through 6th finish to start the year is definitely where you want to be. I think they have a good run. I think they compete with Dallas every map, even though it may not be the closest of series as far as scoreline, but I think each map they're going to battle and they're going to prove why they deserve to be a top 6 team. And Dallas deserves to be, top 3, or in Zack's case, top 6 as well. That's basically it. I think Dallas wins this whole damn thing.
All right, well, there you have it, everybody. That is the Round 11 prediction show. You guys have seen it here first. Those are all of our predictions coming in for the Series 1 Major. Guys, that's about going to do it for us today. Thank you guys again all so much for watching. Make sure you guys follow us on all of our socials above and below, and we will see you guys next time.